what we've already talked about, target line, inside, outside, okay? And the next important word that I want you to learn about, and we're into words that are going to help with controlling where your golf ball's going, all right? So the other words, target, inside, outside, those were kind of references to space, what's going on. These words now are going to help us to understand what happens to get the golf ball to actually move, all right? And the first word is face. And by face, I'm referring to the direction that your club face is pointing at impact, right? And there are three options for us that we can have. We can have, and I'll just draw a pink line to represent the club face at impact. We can have a club face at impact that is perpendicular to your target line. And in this instance, how we describe this is we say that the club face is pointing at your target line, right? If there was a little arrow coming off this club face, right, it is pointing in the same direction as your target line. So that club face is referred to as square to your target line, or also as pointing at your target line. So that's one option that we have when it comes to, drop my eraser, when it comes to face, all right? The other option, one of the other options that we have is we can have a club face relative to your target line that is pointing to the inside, right? So if there's an arrow coming out of this club face like that, at impact, or as that club face hits the ball, that club face can be turned. It may or may not be optimal to do this, but that club face can be turned at an angle so that the face points to the inside. Okay? And then we can also have the situation where at impact, your club face could be angled in such a way that it is pointing to the outside. So when we're talking about club face, I'm talking about when that club hits the golf ball, what direction is it pointing in? And this is important because that ball is going to launch almost 100% in the direction that that face is pointing. So if you have a club face like this one over here, that's at impact pointing to the outside, that ball is going to launch to the outside of your target line. And how much it launches determines how much of an angle that club face is at. Similarly for the inside, if your club face was pointed the other way, right? If we had the club face pointing this way, that ball would start some amount to the inside because the club face is pointing to the inside. And how much will be how many degrees it's pointed to the inside. Okay? And so relative to your target line, we would like your ball to start pretty close to your target line. So our goal isn't to have a club face that is wildly pointing inside or outside. So what I'll do as your coach is I'll help you to build a golf swing where as you hit the golf ball, the club face is in a position where it's going to help you get your ball to your target. All right? So that's face, club face at impact. What direction is it pointing? And that's important to know because the face determines where the balls start.